up, everybody? It's Brian with HappyThumbsGaming, and we are back with some more, that's right, Lego Ninjago movie video game. We gotta finish up these collectibles, right? We got location 5 for you today, the Dark Ravine free play / free roam, as all of the collectibles can be found in our free roam section, so we're gonna grab them all right there. And you can see here, we got an overall view of the Ninjago Island, and we're going to zoom in on the Dark Ravine and check out the overall collectibles. But real quick, I want to give a shout out to Warner Brothers for hooking us up with this amazing game, and want to give a shout out to you for watching this amazing video. That being said, before you start off on any of these free play / free roam videos, we want to make sure that you've completed the story entirely, as well as have completed all of the dojos. That's right, go get your smash on the old dojo, yo. And if you got all that done and you're ready to roll, go ahead and load into the Dark Ravine. And as soon as you spawn, turn around, and we're going to get right to work by helping this miner out with the first side quest, which gives us our first gold brick. So if you didn't already know, this video has been very, very minutely sped up, and we do have quick links down below in the video description. So if you've already finished this quest, and maybe you need to know where that ancient scroll, aka that red brick, is, feel free to go ahead and use those quick links down below to quickly get you to that point of the video. Now, all right, so the first part of the quest is going to require us to switch to Nia and use her special, I guess it's a water tornado, huh? And it brings up these pretty cool chandeliers that we can jump from one hippa-hoppa to the other spotta. And look at that, we got all the way over. Now we're at a triple waterfall. Is that better than a double rainbow? I don't know, a triple waterfall seems pretty impressive. Now, I will say that these arrows, again, kind of throw me for a loop, much like those red brick collectible finders that we have talked about in the past. They seem to confuse me more than they help me out. Look, I spun around and that one was literally behind me, and when I spun around, all of a sudden it was above me. Like, gosh, these things are somewhat confusing to me. Hopefully you guys don't have as much trouble as I do with these, but a couple of them are fairly easy and point you right where you need to go. Yes! I finally get a purple! I shouldn't say finally. I think I got one in the last area too, but it feels good every time you get one of those. I will not lie. All right, so we've got some water foliage that needs to be frozen. We remember that Zane actually has a pretty cool little freeze tornado that we can go ahead and make it chilly. That's right, and that gives us the ability to run up that wall. So pretty cool stuff. Nothing new, though. We've seen this a long time ago. But we are still trying to get all of these, I guess they're little jewels. Looks like there's blue, green, and what was that, gold? Or I don't know, it looks kind of orangey to me, but... we got one more little session of smashing to do, and got a little collecting to do as well. Once we smash, there we go. Got to be patient, too, because these things don't always present themselves right away. You sometimes have to wait for the debris you smashed to flash and disappear before you can actually collect them things. Now, we got to go back. That's right, we got to hop all the way across these chandeliers one more time and get back to this quest giver, the old miner, and he'll be happy to see his stuffs. And I would imagine he's probably going to kick down with a gold brick. Actually, spoiler alert, he totally does. So thank you very much. We'll take that and add it to our collection. Next up, we got another gold brick. This guy is going to be kind of down towards the old dojo. Now, you can see the dojo by the big purple aura. Actually, I should have looked to the left a little bit better because it's just right down the pathway there. But you'll notice along the way there is a gold brick requirement door, which we can go ahead and hop on and unlock, as we have over 100 gold bricks now. So, hey, we can even return back to location 1 if we wanted to, but we're going to save that towards the end. It turns out location 8 has a 220 gold brick requirement, so we actually have to have all of the whole areas, all of them, completed. And once we get them all done, we can go ahead and open up that final area and get that final character token that's hidden behind there. But I'm way ahead of myself there. But check this out. I'd like to give a shout out to the old Game of Thrones followers here. As you can see here, this is a little homage to Game of Bones. You can see here we've got the Iron Throne right there filled with bones, which I thought was pretty awesome. Now, it turns out we actually have to smash some stuff on the stairways. Both the left and the right side have some bones to smash. The right side is very dark and it looks a little different, so don't be fooled. As you saw me run right by it, but go ahead and smash them both. Build it into some sort of, I don't know what that is, but he pukes out a gold brick for us. It comes right out of the old throne there, the Iron Throne. This one's not iron, I guess. It's more of a bone throne. Giggity. But But moving along, hey, if you have not already, check us out on patreon.com/HappyThumbsGaming. You know, with the YouTube adpocalypse and everything that's going on with the limited or no ads suitable for viewing on all of our videos with that stupid algorithm that keeps... Oh, it's totally not doing us any justice. I'll just say that. And, you know, it would certainly help if you hopped on that $1 tier. I'm just saying, I don't want a lot of money. I just need a little money, and that would help a lot. You know what I'm saying? I shouldn't say I need or want. It would just help out. It would help us get new games, equipment, and things like that. So games that are outside of Warner Brothers coverage certainly come right out of our pocket. Some of the Lego sets and stuff that we build come right out of our pocket. You know, so any help we can get to add to those things would certainly be appreciated. All right. Moving along from my selling out statement there, I'll go ahead and follow the path back to the waterfalls, which just to the left of the lower waterfall, we see a little dig spot. Now, again, the digging is quite different in this game than what we're used to, but it's pretty cool, though. You switch on over to Pythor, and you can basically swim through the dirt, kind of like Gopher style. And look at that, we can go ahead and build up these pieces once we get done into some handhelds on the wall. And look at me, I'm like, which way do I go? Which way do I go? I wasn't really paying attention to what it built. I was actually reading my notes, so I didn't see these handhelds get built. It takes me a second to figure it out. But my notes, luckily for me, thanks to Tyler P., actually tell me right where to go. Now, some of you might be wondering, wait a minute, did you mess that up, Brian? No, actually, I did not. Dougie Fresh started this for us, but got kind of caught up in some real life stuff. And as you guys know, real life first is our motto here. So we had to switch it over to Tyler, and Tyler came through and swooped through and beat the whole game in basically 24 hours. It was pretty amazing. So shout out to Tyler for his amazing dedication to helping me and basically saving my butt, because I would have been totally lost. I was telling Doug that too. I was like, Doug, what am I going to do? He's like, I don't know, bro. I'd love to help, but as you know, I got some things that are, you know, taking over it. So Tyler, luckily, like I said, came through and saved the day. So again, shout out to Tyler P. and of course to Doug. Doug got this off to a great start and helped us find a ton too. So don't underestimate the value we have for him either. Now, all right, I've been drooling over both of my helpers for quite a while. Enough of that. They've got enough limelight. We'll go ahead and move back to what's important here, and that's that red brick, or ancient scroll, as they like to call it. Now, you can see we made our way all the way across the ravine here. It was rather dark, too. Oh, and look at that. We've got ourselves the Master of Elements new ancient scroll. Now, this guy, he is not that helpful. I have to be honest. This guy is, you know, a lot of the red bricks or ancient scrolls don't seem to be super amazing. It's the ultimate Spinjitzu. Now, I'm not even sure. It seems like that just means like you've got ultimates. I don't know. Look, I'm trying to get it going here, and it still took me a while to charge that up. So maybe I just don't understand what it does. But either way, booyah kashow. We've got it. We can move on now. Next up is going to be a character token number 1. Now, this is actually just to the right of that same waterfall that we went up a minute ago. We're going to see a little silver shiny wall here, which we can switch to any of our pirates, which, again, these pirates were found by defeating the dojos. Now, which dojo it was, I don't remember. But if you completed them all, you won't have to be specific and worry about that. But, all right, let's shake up the bag and see which minifig parts we get. Oh, it's Lloyd Classic. So we'll go ahead and add him, and I do believe there is a trophy achievement for playing as a classic character and the regular character at any given time in a party. So we'll have to check that out. All right, time to climb all these waterfalls, but looks like they need a little chilly effect again, so we'll have to pull out Zane. Look at me trying to do both at the same time. Probably not going to happen. Look at that fish trying to jump upstream. Did you see that? Hopefully he didn't get frozen. Oh, he did. He got frozen in the mix. Did you see that? That's crazy. All right, this time we got to go all the way to the tippy toppa and off to, what is it, the right side, I do believe. We are going to see, yep, right there, there's an elevator, and we've got to try and get up and get that gold brick, but we cannot. So you can see I tried to freeze it with Zane, but that's not going to happen. Not today. We actually have to switch on over to Kai and melt that gold, preventing us from using that Garmadon station. So we'll go ahead and melt it down right quick with a fire tornado, thanks to Kai, and now we'll switch on over to Garmadon, or anybody with 4 arms, I suppose, as it's a 4-armed mechanism there. But we'll go ahead and lift it, and poor Garmadon, I'm pretty sure he gets left behind here holding this out for quite some time as well. So once you get that lever pulled, go ahead and switch characters by hitting the icon indicated, and then hop up them handhelds all the way to the top of the waterfall and grab that gold brick. Next, we're going to continue through the doorway, and on the right, it's going to be a set of poles that we can swing to and from, and it's kind of hidden as you run by, but taking a quick peek, hard right, we can see it. Now, it's kind of a funny angle again, and I don't know why I struggle so bad with these twirly poles over these gaps, but I eventually get it. Actually, I didn't even have to edit that time. It was second time's the charm, and you got to do a little bit of parkour off a hip-hop pole all the way over to a wall run, and then booyakashow. We'll go ahead and grab that gold brick. Thank you very much. Now, if I was really smart, I would have just switched characters. However, we got Garmadon back there on that four-armed station, so he would have been a little bit behind. Not too far, just around the corner, but turns out he's a long ways away as we get further and further and further away. That didn't make any sense. But all right, hop across those poles and take a left up the top of the hill. We're going to actually grab the blue. Don't forget to grab that bluesy. We're going to go up to the wall run. Psych, we're actually going to go over to the far right corner where we see a glowing crack in the wall. We can switch on over to Cole and use one of his special earth tornadoes to go ahead and bust it down. Once all that debris clears, hop on in there and shake up that minifig pack to see what we got. In fact, hey, if you're curious why we didn't put the names on screen here, we actually added them down below in the video description with all of our quick links. So, yeah, we just label them, 1 through 7 or however many per level there are. And down below, you get all the information that you need and more, probably. All right, next up, you got to freeze the waterfall for an upcoming race. Now, this will happen a couple times for us, and you might notice that if you get really far away from some of the waterfalls, they might actually unfreeze. However, this one right here kind of goes through this cinematic moment. You can see, look, it's got the old black bars popping up from top and bottom, and it shows us officially freezing that wall. So you should be good to go after you do that. Now, we don't need that right now, but we wanted to do that before we left because it's really going to clunk things up for us in a race that we have to do here soon. But first, we're going to help this trapped tourist and complete this side quest. Now, hey, if you haven't already, check us out on Facebook. We do weekly giveaways. In fact, this week, if you're watching this as it releases, it's actually a set of Happy Thumb stickers. We've done Lego sets. We've done all sorts of things, t-shirts, hats, books. We've done all sorts of things over the years. So in this particular case, it's stickers. And I highly recommend checking us out every Friday to see what we've got in store for you. All right, we're following this tourist. Basically, we just need to take out these spiders along the way. And you know me, I'm not very fond of spiders. So this was not one of my favorite side quests. However, they're not too scary. They don't look that realistic. So, all right, we're going to follow him down. He's going to drop off, oh no, down below. And not one waterfall, but two. God, he's taking us a long way away from where we started. Good thing we've got a fast character to go ahead and help us get back to where we need to be. This area isn't very big. Now, it's kind of like a big circle, and you definitely make your rounds, and you have to hit all of the corners in order to get everything you need, but it's not huge. Now, I hear that there's a couple of parts coming up that are less than fun to figure out and map out. Whoa, what are you doing there? That is a trap to her. She's trapped in the ground. Look at that. That's crazy. But hey, we helped her out. We've got that gold brick. And now, let's see, what are we going to do next? We're going to make our way back. And looks like we got a race coming up. So we'll go ahead and take a left at the waterfall there. And this time we're not going to go off to the right side where that gold brick was. We're going to keep on keeping on. But we're going to go up to the left. And then I believe our race is up to the right, right? Or no, actually, we are going to go all the way over to the right, and there's a race up top of this ladder. That's right. I forget. There's 3 races in this area. Ooh. So up top here, we're going to go ahead and switch to one of our faster characters. Now, I got a little sidetracked here. It told me to press the icon, and I was like, well, for what? Why would I want to do that? And I'm still not really sure why it did that, but switch on over to your favorite speedy character. For us, it's going to be Griffin Turner. I still haven't spent any time to try to figure out if there are any other characters that are fast. I'm sure there are, though. But this one is actually, I actually had to edit this because I had to do this more than once. You can see here, we're going to run by that other race that starts, well, I guess that's not where it starts, but there's another race right over there, and I do believe we come right by it on that one too, but we'll have to wait and see. But remember, we froze that waterfall earlier, so luckily for us, we didn't have to take the time to go ahead and switch to a character who could freeze, and then, of course, run through it. And I actually fell right there. That's where I messed up in my first attempt, was right there. I missed that jump across that little gap, and I could not for the life of me get onto that ladder. And the time ticked away, and I had to retry. But, all right, we've officially completed that, so we're going to go ahead and backtrack a bit, and we're going to create. You might have noticed that we ran by a guy wanting to have a tornado build built for us, and he keeps saying gong, gong, gong as we run by, and he wants a big gong. Now, I don't remember, or I don't know if you guys remember. I remember. I don't know if you do, though. But there was a show on TV a long time ago called The Gong Show, and it was basically like a talent show, and if you were terrible, these judges would hit the gong, and that would be it for you. So you did not want them to ring that gong. And, all right, before making your way across back those hippa to the hoppa-stoppa pulls, we're going to go ahead and use a grapple point to go ahead and wall run and handheld jump all the way up to the top of a waterfall. And look at that. Amongst the mist is a gold brick. So we'll go ahead and wipe that bad boy down and put it in our pocket. I don't know where all these gold bricks are going, by the way. That's another thing that, you know, often they're pulling out tools and things, and we're like, where did that come from? But in this case, we got over 100 gold bricks stashed somewhere. I'm not sure I want to know. But, all right, moving along, we're actually going to go all the way back to a waterfall that we froze earlier. Like earlier. And that's right, we got to go all the way back over through here, along this little stretch, and we're almost there, actually, now that I see where we are. And now we're going to go all the way to the back of this area here. No, keep going, Brian. Keep going. And wait for it. We got another character token. So we're going to go up this ladder, and up to the right-hand side here is going to be a little path that leads to nowhere, except for there's a character token at the end of it. So we'll go ahead and grab that. Thank you very much. This happens to be, drumroll please, oh, Fang Suei. Is that like Chop Suey? I don't know. I'm not sure. A lot of these characters I'm not familiar with. I know that there is one coming up that I am familiar with, but it's only because he got the headliner title in one of the other Ninjago games. If you guys ever played the PS Vita versions, there is certainly a character coming up that we remember from that. Anyhow, all right, we got some aerial attacks. We haven't seen a lot of these in the last couple of areas, and we got to jump up and give him the old butt slam from above. So we'll do that and keep on keeping on as we follow the trail down to the right side. We find ourselves another gold brick. So we'll go ahead and grab that, and again, where it goes, nobody knows. And, ooh, off to the right-hand side, as we turn around, we notice that there's this other path that leads even further down and takes us to a Garmadon wall. Yeah, this one, I do believe you actually need Garmadon for. Now, I'm not positive. He just may need one of those little staffs. See that green staff icon up by his character name up there? Well, that may be all you need, but Garmadon does the trick regardless. We'll go ahead and sneak inside after opening it, and booyakashow, grab that gold brick. Now, we got to go for a little swim. That's right. And we'll grab our favorite underwater character, which happens to be Shark Army General. And underwater, we find off to the right-hand side, there is this weird door with these two boxes kind of preventing. Oh, look at that! It was a trap door. We went ahead and activated it, and inside we find ourselves another gold brick. So pretty good stuff. Now, moving along, we've got a race coming up, but hey, check it out. Thumbie quick tip. If you are in a hurry, please use the quick links down below. It's actually going to be for race number 2 up next. And yeah, we'll go ahead and get through that in a hot second. Meanwhile, we're going to go ahead and smash a whole bunch of things underwater. And then we're going to struggle getting out of the water. There's a couple of sweet spots that you're going to want to follow to get out, and I was not at one of them. Now we got to get up and out of here, which took me a second to figure out where I was. And, you know, the one thing I don't like about the Shark Army General is the way he runs. Like, it's kind of like he's flapping his wings, but he doesn't have wings. So I'm not sure what's going on there. I guess he's indicating some sort of a swimming motion or something along those lines. But, all right. I am happy to say that this game does not require a special character for a grapple. Like, you know, Lego City and most games have a special character or ability that's required for those. And in this case, all of us have those, which are so nice. All right, next up, we're going to drop down off that cliff, and we're going to want to freeze the waterfalls. You can see the race right there. But we're going to want to freeze not just the one, but both of these waterfalls here. Now, the top one appears to unfreeze when I'm getting ready to start the actual race. Once we get there, it's not necessarily the case. But I'm not sure you actually need, I think we actually go to the right, honestly. I think we go up that first waterfall and take a right, and then there's another waterfall up further. But there is enough time in order to get it because you're going to watch me do it here in a second. And I promise there's no trickery or editing that takes place. We do, however, switch over to Griffin Turner, who is our speedy character, and he helps us get from point A to point B before... Wait a minute. What am I doing? Oh, no. That's right. I did actually start this. A psych. That's the double psych on you. I forgot. I actually kept him out because I noticed that that waterfall looked like it had unfroze. And I didn't want to have to switch back and forth, even though it doesn't take that long to switch characters. And look at that. I was right. It does take us off to the right-hand side, and probably going to be right again, as there's another waterfall coming up that is not frozen. So there are two that you need to run up, and I only froze one of them. But like I said, there is plenty of time to go ahead and freeze it. You can see here, I'm getting close, and look, I'm stuck inside the waterfall. I thought for sure I was going to have to redo this one, but as it turns out, it's actually easy peasy. And I slide in, even having to put up one of those waterfalls, I still had almost, well, 6 seconds and some change. And look at that, gold brick collected, and there's another one right there. It's like a double whammy. We also get a stud cube that I failed miserably at, but that's all right. We'll go back and get a whole bunch of studs in the bonus world if we need, or when it's time to get to that level 20. Now, yeah, basically, we didn't go and farm any studs, and that's why we kind of are where we are with those. And speaking of farming, we got to double back and do a little bit of farming on this character token here. We got to go all the way back over. And look at this. Remember that waterfall we were talking about earlier? Looks like it's frozen again. What the heck? I swear it wasn't frozen, and then it was. Maybe I'm tripping. But up top, we actually find not one but two of these little flags or power nodes or whatever they are. We need to go ahead and hit them with Spinjitzu and spin them around from red to green. And look at that. It opens up a new stream, and inside floats out a character token. So let's go ahead and shake up this sack and see what we get. What do we got? What do we got? What do we got? Ooh, it's Snappa. He looks kind of like, I don't know, like a serpent Santa Claus, doesn't he? Yeah, I don't know why. He kind of looks like a serpent Santa. That's what I would have called him. I don't know if that is a cool name or not, but that's what I would have named him. All right, so what do we got next? We got another quest. This one is, all right, so there is a little bit of an issue with this quest, and this actually applies to any quest. If you actually run over to it and you do not see the little icon to start the quest, simply save the game and quit, and then reload. And once you reload, it should work out for you. It did for Tyler P., who actually ran into this quest, and it was not available to start. And it also helped me out, too. In a previous area, we had a skeleton quest, and the skeleton was there, and he was talking to us, telling us what he needed, but we couldn't actually start the quest itself because that little icon in front of him was not there. Now, speaking of icons in front of us, which way do I go? Which way do I go? These blue arrows are driving me nuts. Now, if I'm being honest, now, I kind of have a solution to how this could be better. I don't know if this fixes it, but it makes it better. At least I think it would. Only one arrow on the screen at a time. I get it that there's 5 different items we need to find. But if we had sort of like an order to it, where like you got to go all the way over and up and around to get that one before the other one pops up, that would be so less confusing, if I'm being honest. Now, basically what we need to do is find 5 piles, which all of them can be found by following these blue arrows. But as I've already mentioned, it's quite confusing. Now, I actually found that guy along my first path, or run through the... Holy cow, what am I trying to say here? I found that on my first trip through this pathway, but I didn't realize that that's what it was, and I ran right by it. So I know what I'm looking for now, and I know that I got 2 more to find, 1 more now. And see, look how much easier it is. It's so less confusing when there's only 1 arrow on the screen. And, yeah. So, all right, we use that moving bridge, which you're going to want to pay attention to that as, well, for one, it leaves us behind. But also, on the left-hand side of where we're standing right now, there is actually another way to get across. And we'll use that in a minute here as we have options. So, if you're not wanting to wait around for this bridge, you don't have to. Or if maybe the bridge just simply scares you, you've got options. So, we'll show you that in a minute. But for now, we got to return this stuff. And we're going to follow the arrow. See, did you see that? Before we got across the bridge, the arrow was pointing to the left side of me. But when I got it was on the right. I don't even know what those arrows are trying to do but confuse us. But, whew, all I can say is I'm glad that's over, at least for now. All right, next up, we got a gold brick. We're going to go across the moving bridge, or next to the waterfall where the race ended, you could do some parkour. That's what my trophy guide says, or my collectible guide, I should say. I don't want to be specific. And look at that. We've got a little boat floating down the... Watch this. Watch what happens. Is it going to jump off the edge? No, well, sort of. It breaks apart into many pieces. And I don't know if there's anything rewarded for actually following that all the way down the waterfalls, but my guess is there's probably some studs or something. So, hey, remember how we talked about the old parkour stuff? Check it out. We're doing it. Look off to our left. There's that moving bridge right there. We'll go ahead and keep on keeping on right on by it. Once we get all the way to this back corner, we find a door that is open. Thank you very much. And we will follow it all the way down and hop across these poles here. Now, you probably remember this from the story. Off to the left-hand side, there's these carts with a glowing trunk. And really what that is, it's a grapple plug. And we're going to go ahead and sneak around the other side and then rip that bad boy open with any character that has a grapple plug, which I already mentioned, I do believe is all of them. So check it out. We go ahead and big bada boom. The cart goes crashing down, and now we got to make a death-defying jump out there. And oh my gosh, I almost did not make that. That was crazy. Now, normally I would use the old quickly switch to my other character method, but have you noticed? He's not around. He's still hanging out at that race. And I think, or not at the race, at the pull switch. And I think this is where I figure out right now that he's still hanging out at that pull switch. Maybe not. All right, look at that. Regardless, we're going to go ahead and start the race. And 3, 2, 1, go. This one is a little squirrely too, and I definitely recommend using a speedy character. However, I only recommend using his speed boosts, whatever, bursts. I tried to say them both at the same time. Boosts and bursts become bursts. And we'll use those only in the straight stretches. Try not to use them in the crazy turns and things like that because it can get really squirrely. But the goal is to get under 40 seconds. And look at that. I almost hit that 10-second mark. I was just under 9 seconds left. Gets me that gold brick. And I did not have to replay that race. So that was lucky for me. Now we're going to go right back across that same wall. Or is it the same wall? Yes, it is. Of course it is. What am I talking about? And all right, all the way back over and through the door once again. And now, what do we got? I think we got a tornado build coming up. I guess that's what it says on screen anyway, huh? Oh my gosh, I am the worst at those. And of course, rather than give me the benefit of the doubt and start me on the other side, as I was closer to the other side, it starts me back over at the beginning. So I get a little bit better on my second attempt here. And once we cross the bridge, where are we going? We're going to the left, not to the right. Get away from that race. We just did that race. And all right, so over to the left, there is another door, and okay, we got a tornado builder right here waiting for us. So we'll go ahead and step right up to the plate. And look at this, the veteran miner needs a better drill. So, oh, well, you know, that's cool that we're helping him out and all, but why are we spending our hard-earned cash on these guys? Oh, I get it, though, because this is why. Because it goes ahead and it busts open this wall and gives us access to a whole new area. So, in this case, we needed to build that in order to get to this far side. And what do we got over here? We've got another gold brick if we follow the path all the way down. And guess what? A little bit further, we find ourselves a character token as well. So, ooh, stud cube. Don't mind if I do. Oh, bluesy. Hopefully you guys are having good luck like I am with those. Normally I don't do so well on getting the good colors, but I've been doing pretty good on this level. So my stats are going up. Hopefully my street cred's going up too, huh? All right, this is kind of tricky as there is a bunch of shrubbery there, and it kind of blocks this back path here and makes it almost invisible to the naked eye. So luckily, we knew it was there, and we tromped our way all the way down and around, and we shook it up, and there's Ronin. That's the character I was speaking of earlier, because they do have, what is it, the Shadow of Ronin, I believe, is one of the Lego Ninjago PS Vita game titles. And that was pretty fun. Now, if we keep on going right past where we just got that token, we're actually going to be able to use one of our ghosting characters. So I switched on over to Morrow. Now, we should have at least 3 of those if you completed all of the dojos. And look at that. He's got a little ghost cart. And, oh, that's so cool. He knocks it down, and all of a sudden we've got a gold brick. And I was a little unsure if I could make this jump. And as it turns out, I've got hops. Ghosts can fly. Not really, but I made it down there. And I collected my gold brick. So we are good to go, and we are actually coming in on the home stretch here. We've got a tornado build, and a character token, a gold brick, and another character token, and we is all done. So, and they're all pretty rapid. They happen pretty fast, so make sure you don't blink. You might miss it. All right, we're going to keep on through this door here, and look at that, right on through it. On the right-hand side, we've got the good snake who wants an ancient totem. We can help him with that. Unfortunately, it's more of our hard-earned studdage going to help somebody else out. Look at that, we spent 100K, and we got, what, like 5,500 back or something? So not the best of investments that we've made, and in this case, it does not help us get any collectibles or anything, so kind of a bummer deal. But just beyond that, if you go down the trail, there's a wall you can run up, and as soon as you get to the top, you're going to turn around, and you'll notice that gold wall with some train tracks kind of popping out. We're going to hop down to that lower ledge there, and we're going to melt that gold with a fire tornado, thanks to Kai's Spinjitzu powers. Once we drop down in there, we'll go ahead and shake up the character token sack to see what we got. And, yeah, what do we got? Ooh, it's a Lasha. Kind of reminds me of, like, Cobra from the G.I. Joe series, right? Looks very cool. I'm definitely down with the serpents. Those guys are pretty cool looking, especially that one that looked like Santa. He was probably my favorite. Now, hey, if you guys are watching this and you have not already subscribed, help us on our quest to 100,000 subscribers. Now, depending on when you're watching this, we are still quite a little ways out from that. And by clicking that subscribe button, it would certainly help. By telling your friends and family who play games and would actually enjoy our videos, that would be helpful too. Now, that being said, I do want to give us a little tip as we're making our way to this next gold brick. This was actually something earlier that I missed. Whoa, speaking of missed, I missed that jump down there. But essentially, that's just an elevator to help get us up there. It doesn't do anything functional for this gold brick, so skip all that. But I wanted to say that a few of you have been reporting that some of our videos are not hitting your inbox. So when we do a new video and it releases, it's not notifying you. And we have found a fix for that in most cases. What you need to do is actually unsubscribe from us and then resubscribe. And for whatever reason, that seems to do the trick. Now, if you're wanting to get notifications on like your cell phone or your emails or things like that, make sure you click that notifications bell and, you know, select your preferences as you wish. And hopefully that will fix the problem. Now, I know not all of you want to watch every one of our videos. I know that sometimes you guys have already played a game we're playing or maybe don't have it yet. Whatever the case is, though, we would certainly appreciate some information on whether or not you're getting our notifications and whether or not you're still enjoying our videos and what it is about them that you are or aren't enjoying. So, all right, you guys remember this. This was available in Story, and you guys may have actually grabbed it during the Story playthrough. And that's still kind of confusing, even though I totally have a grasp on it. Graps. You know, it's still kind of confusing knowing that all collectibles are available in the free roam. Because I skipped all of them in the story, and they're all just available here. It's such a different formula, and I'm hoping they don't stick with that when we go to Lego Marvel 2, because that's going to be really confusing. So, all right, we made it through, and we noticed that there is a couple of walls that are filled with ice. One of them happens to be oh so nice, and we can melt it with Kai's Fighter Tornado. So we go ahead and do that, and inside we find Lizaru, who is another one of our serpent guys, and he's pretty cool. I'll say he looks kind of like looks like a green version of what's his name from Ice Age. But hey, guess what? That's it. That was the final collectible. We'll prove it to you by not only hitting the pause button and showing you the area collectibles here, we're also going to take you to the overall view of the map and let you see for yourself that the Dark Ravine is, in fact, all good to go. So, to the, yeah, that's 24, 24, 101, and 7-7. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that, but that's going to wrap it up for Lego Ninjago movie video game, The Dark Ravine, free play, free roam, all collectibles. Whew! Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. I know I didn't accentuate my free play, free roam. But there you go. You got a little taste of it at the end there. So, hey, that's going to do it for me. As always, until next time, don't forget to check out the Tommy Mussy.